less than 2, I'd say. And first, verbally, what are my morning routines? What does my morning routine looks like? Post wake up routine. To be precise, because I don't always wake up bright and early in the morning. It happens sometimes that I'm up all night and I wake up, fall asleep later, wake up in the afternoon or something like this. But today I woke up pretty early. It's 10:31 in Sweden in the morning, and I'm gonna be sharing my post wake up routines. So first of all, first thing in the morning, after waking up, getting out of bed, it's like natural and spiritual routine. So I'm a Christian. So one of the first things I like to do after wake up in the morning is to pray to God. And I like to read the Bible. So a lot of times I read the Bible within 2-3 hours of waking up, a chapter. And I have a habit, a routine that I read bare minimum 1 chapter a day in the Bible. So a lot of times I get my 1 chapter bare minimum Bible reading done at the start of the day. So in case I would end up getting caught up in other stuff, something shows up, I get busy with something, I forget, I got my daily 1 chapter minimum Bible reading done at the start of the day. So in case I would forget or get busy with other stuff, I got these 1 chapter bare minimum done at the start of the day. Now a lot of times I end up reading more after the first bare minimum chapter Bible reading is finished. So a lot of times I wake up, I pray to God, say my prayers first thing in the morning. A lot of times I'm praying already right after waking up in bed. Sometimes before getting up of bed, I said my first prayer of the day. Get my Bible reading done within a few hours. Now, typically, after waking up in the natural and other routines, I wake up, I get vitamin C water and coffee. And a lot of times I will have both vitamin C water and coffee prepped from the day before, primed. It's like I have a cup of coffee or a half or even a third from yesterday that I did yesterday. So I have some coffee ready to drink right away in the morning. I don't have to make coffee in the morning. I have coffee ready from yesterday. And vitamin C water. So a lot of times first thing in the morning, within the first hour, I get vitamin C water first thing in the morning and coffee. Vitamin C water and coffee first thing in the morning. And a little bit later on, within 3-4 hours of waking up, I take my grand post-wake up also supplements. So to summarize my morning routine, spiritual natural, I wake up, say my prayers, get my daily bare minimum 1 chapter Bible reading done, have vitamin C water and coffee. A lot of times I will have coffee ready from yesterday, so I don't have to make coffee for my morning coffee. I have sometimes half of a cup of coffee or a third of a cup of coffee in the fridge or somewhere else, which was leftovers like I was drinking in the afternoon. I put in the fridge, and the next day when I wake up, there's like a third or half a cup of coffee, and then I finish that, and then a little bit later on I make a fresh cup of coffee. Make more coffee. I'm big on coffee. Okay, so this would be the grand post wake up dose of supplements. So those that have been for my channel will know that I'm big on supplements. They'll know that I do OMAD fasting, which means I eat only 1 time per day, not on 10 days. And I'm big on supplements. So the best way to take your supplements, if you take a lot of different supplements, is not to take them once per day, but is to divide your daily milligram amount of a given supplement into several doses. There's some supplements that you can take them just once per day, and that's fine. Vitamin D3, for example, omega-3 fish oil. Those you can get away with taking them once per day, and you don't have to spread out throughout the day. A lot of supplements that I take, I divide them into 2 doses at least. So I take a morning dose of magnesium and an end of the day dose of magnesium. So I like to take 1 magnesium capsule in the morning, 2 magnesium capsules in the afternoon, evening. So even more precisely, I take a grand post wake up dose of supplements, and then I take a grand post meal dose of supplements. Since I do OMAD fasting and eat only 1 time per day, I don't eat breakfast, I don't eat lunch. When do I have my 1 meal of the day? Typically towards the end of the day. A lot of times not long before going to bed. So I wake up, fast all day, and I have 1 meal towards the end of the day. and then there's a grand post meal dose of supplements. So there's a big dose of supplements I take after finishing my overnight meal, and then there's a grand post wake up dose of supplements. So there's a big dose, a major dose of supplements at the start of my day, typically within 4 hours of waking up, and then there's another big dose of supplements that I take towards the end of the day. Vitamin C, I had the thrown into my body throughout the day, vitamin C water. So here we go. Today's grand post wake up dose of supplements. This is kind of like standard content. This is something for years that I've been doing as either live streams or YouTube shorts or videos, like a vlog where I show the grand post wake up dose supplements of the day. And I don't do it every day, but now then, today's grand post wake up dose of supplements. And sometimes I make videos where I break my fast, and sometimes I do a mukbang, it's called, and then I eat on camera. So I have my own fast break me on camera, and then take my grand post meal dose of supplements. So the types and amounts of supplements that I take will vary from month to month and even week to week, largely determined by availability, meaning sometimes I'm running low on something towards the end of the month. It's like I made a bulk order of supplements for the next 30 days, and at the time where I'm coming to the end of the 30-day period, there's some things I ran out of, some things I'm running low of. Sometimes it could be supplements that I've been taking daily for months, but due to my budgeting and adjusting my economy, I spend less here. No glutamine this month, no creatine this month, which amino acids normally buy. But it's like there's some costs have gone up, and I said I'm having to budget. So creatine and glutamine are not essential. So it's like skip buying that. And then it might be next month maybe I bought creatine. That'll be part of the grand post supplements. So today's grand post dose of supplements. This is vitamin C water, which I talked about yesterday in a video. Start by the Feds Lisa, fake TI, crazy talker. And that was the main thrust of the video. So I'm going live to talk about this person because I searched for crazy talking on Facebook. And then I ended up teaching things that are valuable for taught videos and non-taught videos. Things that she hasn't been teaching, like how to protect your health, your mental health, things you can do to protect yourself from the toddler. And a big part of that is going to be proper supplementation. That's huge, that's key. Being a toddler video, being taught for more than a decade with this gang soccer program, one of the things in the natural, practical things that I've done that has resulted in the most positive effect is supplementation. Daily my supplementation. So that's one of the most important things for taught individuals or people that are not taught individuals but deal with stress or stressors in their life and problems. One of the most important things is to get supplementation done. It's one of the most important things. So here we go. Today's grand post wake up dose of supplements. And as I said, I don't have breakfast. Okay, I eat one time per day, and typically towards the end of the day. But I do take a big dose of supplements, which doesn't keep me out of ketosis, doesn't break my fast, because there's no carbohydrates in it. So here's the point. First supplement I would take is omega-3 fish oil. 1 capsule. Niacinamide. There's another form of niacin which I talked about yesterday in my live stream. I was teaching on detoxification, chelation, things like this. And niacin, nicotinic acid type niacin came up in the conversation. So this is a different form. This is flush-free niacinamide. This is my digestive enzyme supplement that I have with meals. I'm taking that now. So 500 milligrams of niacinamide, 1 omega-3 fish oil capsule. Niacinamide is vitamin B3. There's different forms of niacin. There's niacinamide. There's this nicotinic acid, flash type niacin. So those are the only 2 types of niacin that I take. There's also niacin, hexanicotinate, or whatever they call it. You get all kinds of types. by phones, but I only take niacinamide and nicotinic acid flash type niacin. This is a D3K2 supplement with a probiotic bacteria strain added to it, Lactobacillus reuteri plus D3 plus K2. This has D3K2 and also a probiotic bacteria strain. And this is the last tablet. So it's, what day is it today? The date, verify. Yeah, it's Friday 15th May. And I get my disability payment around the 19th. Sometimes it's the 17th, sometimes it's the 20th, but around the 19th. So towards this time period, around this time, a lot of times I ran out of stuff. I'm rationing others. I ran out of some supplements. I'm rationing others because I'm running low. So it's wiser if I 1 week ago notices like, oh, there's not that much niacinamide left. Normally I take 3 grams per day, and the morning dose is 1500 milligrams of niacinamide. And then after my OMAD meal, there's at least 2 grams more of niacinamide, 2000 milligrams. Rather than taking the amount I normally take and have like 1-2 weeks without any niacin per day, it's better to take some. It's better to take 500 milligrams per day than 3 grams per day, run out and have 2 weeks with sub 100 milligram amounts of niacinamide per day. So thus far, that was the last niacinamide capsule. Omega-3 fish oil, niacinamide, D3K2. Next, a B-complex tablet. I also like to put a B-complex tablet in my vitamin C water. So then I make my vitamin C water concentrate by adding ascorbic acid, vitamin C powder to water. I also like to throw in when I make a fresh batch, you can call it. I also like to throw in a B-complex tablet, which will dissolve over time, especially given the acidic environment at the bottom of the glass. And it will dissolve and color the water in like a orangey yellow. So that's for niacinamide, 500 milligrams, 1 omega-3 fish oil capsule, 1 D3K2, so that was the last D3K2 tablet, and 1 B-complex tablet. Next, L-theanine, GABA is another supplement I take. I was thinking about this before. That's another thing that I could do, help other people with autism, ADHD, and they could really be helped by it. And I've been doing that, teaching things that can help people with autism, ADHD to improve their functioning and their mental health, and things like this. So this is a magnesium complex supplement. I'll take 1. So bare minimum, I take 1 in the morning and then 2 of these after my OMAD meal. 1 in the morning and 2 after my OMAD meal. Ashwagandha. 2 ashwagandha capsules. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen. And 1 garlic tablet. There's 3 remaining, so 1 garlic tablet. A lot of people that have autism, ADHD, they're drugged up on big pharma drugs. They take calming big pharma drugs. Like some of them take narcotic drugs that they don't prescribe them. Me, I've been unmedicated, meaning I haven't been getting any medications, as a lot of people with ADHD, autism end up being on medications. As a matter of fact, I used to be on antidepressants as a young adult, and I got off them, and I'm not depressed. So I rely on God's health, fitness, wisdom, vitamins that God made, and adaptogenic herbs and other things to deal with things. So safe and effective supplements. And ashwagandha by doesn't come with an insert on it. It says it can burn your liver and may result in hepatotoxicity and brain damage or something like this, or vomiting blood or something like this. And the niacinamide doesn't come with. It's a caution. 1 in 10,000 people go blind from taking this or something like this. So I kind of like that. It's about the seawater. Now, I'm not saying people shouldn't be taking medications, per se. So, talk to a doctor before making any changes. I'm not a doctor. Talk to a doctor. I'm not a licensed physician. Talk to a licensed physician, a doctor, before making any changes to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and or medication. Vitamin C water. So, proper supplementation works wonders. For example, after I went to the psych ward, my blame shifting double campaign. Um, and I was in the psych ward there. And it's like I told them the truth, okay? So it's like speak the truth, at least don't lie. Protocol. So it's like speak the truth about that up as well. It's like I hadn't been sleep for a long time and I was worked up. It's like partial truth. If someone wants to say this guy's nuts, it's like I hadn't been sleeping for maybe 36 hours. Okay. And was kind of leaving it worked up. Now, part of the context is I've also been harassed for years and targeted. Okay, so possibly if you sleep deprived after having been harassed for many years, that's when it's gonna get to you and you'd be like, yeah, this is just like now it's getting you mad, things that you've been kind of suppressing and kind of ignoring for a while, given the right circumstances. It's like, oh, you're sleep deprived now, and now you're really getting mad about what's been going on the last year in your life or something like this. Okay, and reacting to it. Okay. So anyway, here's a point. Yeah, so when I went to the psych ward, they didn't say that I'm a paranoid schizophrenic or bipolar or narcissist or psychopath or anything like this. It's just that the guy's autistic in the psych ward and he's calm. And then, okay. So it's like so all those people that work for the gang soccer will come to my chat saying I'm crazy and on drugs. Well, I went to psych ward, got drug tests, and all kinds of drugs in my system. Okay. And seeing psychologists that have the job to identify, detect, and treat mental illness of this and that type, paranoid schizophrenia, schizoid, bipolar, psychotic states, this and that. They didn't see any mental illness that you need to be treated. Okay. So anyway, my point is this. I'm working towards a point here. So the doctor suggested, since I told that it happens now that I have several days of I end up not being able to sleep. And it's like I'm up all night and I sometimes end up not sleep for 2 days or something like this. Okay. That does happen. And that's been my life since a teenager. It's gonna happen sooner or later. I don't have like a solid, I haven't been having a solid sleep schedule. It's like other people can have. It's like they reliably, consistently fall asleep before midnight and wake up around 6 or something like this. So it might be a few days, for example, go to bed early and wake up early. And then sooner or later what happens is like I can't fall asleep all night and I'm up and end up being up for like 36 hours or something like this. So, telling the doctor about that, just like being honest, asking me questions about my lifestyle and my sleep and this and that. And I tell him like I have a problem falling asleep and sometimes I end up not sleeping for 2 days, something like this. He prescribed me some sleeping aids. They're not narcotic. It's like the mildest of mild form of drugs. And I think I also expressed, which I done. It's like I don't want anything that's narcotic or like addictive, that I could get addicted to, or that's narcotic. Okay. But basically, something like antihistamines, beta blocker type of stuff. Okay. It was like over-the-counter allergy medicine that you can get in the pharmacy or a prescription, and they can end up having common effects sometimes. There's like some antihistamine, and then there's something else that's like common. And I haven't been taking those, not even once per week. But it's like he wrote it as like if needed, okay. And it's something I can take, and he recommended I take it if it's been like I can't sleep for a long time. And then take those and see if I haven't been sleep. Now, I haven't been taking those, I had them in a cupboard somewhere, and I don't even take them once per week. So, the supplements that I take is enough, see. So it's like as long as I take enough magnesium and L-theanine and vitamin C and everything else. It's like, I can fall asleep if I need to. See, because supplements can be as effective and a lot safer than a lot of big pharma drugs. So, having autism and ADHD, I had to rely on big pharma drugs, as a lot of people respond to. And having had sleep problems, I just needed to figure out the milligram amount of niacinamide, dose, frequency, type. And it's like, I don't have to take the sleeping tablets that I have, calming tablets that I have in the cupboard, because if I take enough magnesium, I get tired and I can sleep. Okay. So it's like, here's the point. I have extreme competence and I'm more valuable to people. Really valuable on YouTube as a health fitness coach. More valuable than Ben Assad, more valuable than Greg Bissett, more valuable than Mike Israel when it comes to teaching the truth on health fitness. And I have the competence to help all kinds of people, the average person, taught individuals, people that have mental health problems, panic attacks, anxiety, depression. People can be helped by listening to me and learning from me. Coming from a person that killed myself for panic attacks. Killed myself. I was suffering panic attacks for many years. It's like a mental health problem. Whereas I would get panic attacks. It would be like a month out of panic attack. Like severe anxiety all the time, and then intermittent the panic attacks. And I was dealing with that as my life for years. It's like I had too much anxiety all the time, pretty much. And then intermittent to get panic attacks. And I killed myself for that. Without going to a psychologist, without big pharma drugs, I just figured out how to fix it. And I killed myself for that. Why do I call it a cure? Because that's the truth. It's not improvement. Improvement would be decreased frequency occurrence of panic attacks. You'd be like, I used to have 1 to 4 panic attacks per month. And now it's maybe 1 every 2 months. There'll be improvement. Cure is what I've experienced. It's been 3 years without 1 panic attack after many years of several panic attacks per month. Okay, that's a cure, complete cessation. I also cured myself of the anxiety problems I used to have, which I got to be super tense and anxious like all day pretty much. I don't have anxiety problems. I have several hours per day now when I'm calm. I'm not depressed. So a lot of people don't know how much improvement you can have in your physical fitness, like your body getting in shape, your performance, your mental health, performance, decrease of suffering, alleviation of suffering by diet and supplement changes. You can say diet nutrition. Yeah, a lot of people eat with them. So anyway, I think part of why people come to my channels and accuse them of being on drugs is because they're envious, because they see me have like 2 or 3 body energy and it's like performance that's so about what the average person can do. It's like I can live stream 18 hours per day and do like 3-hour quarter sessions sometimes. And it's like this, they want to accuse them being on some drugs that they're separate because they're just sick and tired and they think they can't be as energetic as I am in my videos like 3 hours straight sometimes. For like 1 minute any time of day. And then it's also scapegoat this projection, because according to statistics, like most Americans are on like 1 or more big pharma drugs. A lot of Americans are on statins, a lot of Americans are on some kind of anti-anxiety medication, they're on some kind of antidepressant, this or that. And meanwhile, I don't take any big pharma drugs. I don't even take the mild calming supplements that also I can take if I can't sleep or something like this. I'll even take them once a week. So it's not unlikely they will like expire before I finish the camp. It's happened maybe 12 nights since been from the fact that I've taken them. So anyways, the point. Talk to the doctor for making a change to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and medication. I'm not a licensed physician or doctor, but I do have competence superseding some people that are Agent 007 with a license to kill or something like this. It's like more accomplished for sure than the guy who played James Bond in that whole movie in terms of helping people to improve their mental physical health. Okay. So another day, another victory. I have accomplished a set objective, a victory in the morning. I decided to go live and make a video sharing today's post wake up routine and the grand post wake up also supplements, and talk a little bit about my routines and kind of lead over into general. Talk about my life stuff. And I've accomplished that. As I set out to do, so have I done. So that's the first major victory of the day. And we'll see if there'll be other things I'll get into pretty soon. Yesterday I did a live martial arts training session. Training boxing in one time. I was also a guest on Pune Velestin's channel, and I got to preach the gospel to 7 people were watching live as I preached the gospel to them. That's not a major victory. So I was the only guest after being a guest on Pune's live stream. He's a panel streamer, and I've been guesting his live panel sometimes as a guest. In between me streaming on my channel, sometimes it's like in the off time, I'm not live right now. I see him go live, and I join as a guest. So everybody dropped off the panel, and that happens sometimes. Like Prince starts a stream, he has guests, somebody guests, people hang out for a while, they leave, and then he leaves. And it's like I'm the only guest left. And if I leave for more than 5 minutes, the stream turns off, because using StreamYard, streaming to YouTube, if there's nobody on the panel, the YouTube turns off the stream automatically after 5 minutes. So it's like I'm carrying the whole stream sometimes. So it's like everybody has left, it's just me here. So it's like I'll stay here, hang out for a while, monologuing, ranting, raving, singing, dancing, whatever I'm doing, okay? I carry the stream. And towards the end of the stream, there's just me there. And I thought I'm gonna hop off soon. But I saw there was 7 live viewers still watching the stream. And I seized the moment to preach the gospel. And I spent around 15 minutes talk about Christ, preaching Christ and Him crucified, and talk about the need to get saved and how to get saved. So that was good. I'm not told that video being gang stalked. I'm not told that video Christian, told with a secret persecution called gang stalking. And what is gang stalking? It's a program working to target you, working to destroy your life. You get targeted, people recruited to target you with psychological warfare, physical warfare. This program will target you physically. Speaking from both experience, but not only experience, but from research, meaning anecdotal reports of other tornadoes such as Chuck Langenberg and Ted Gunderson and others. So in my experience, and according to the testimony of other tornadoes that were active online, that from my quality, in my quality assessment, appear to be real tornadoes. Okay. A person is not targeted into this gang stalking tornado community online. Is have good luck figuring out who's a real PI and who's not. Because there's more fakes than real ones. And unless you're a target that has actually been dealing with real world gang stalking and done your research and figured out some tells of fake TIs and real TIs, it is pretty hard for people to figure out who's a real TI and who's not. It can be. So anyway, I know that I've been targeted physically by the gang stalking program. Food poisoning, been sprayed with chemicals, was shot at with a CIA dart gun or something similar. They try to make them accidents. I've had experiences where it looks like medical professionals have been purposely targeted. Okay, much like Sursetsen, torso Sursetsen received purposely incorrect medical treatment. So gang stalking mirrors Sursetsen, the Sursetsen program, to a large extent. And it says in the Wikipedia article that torso Sursetsen received purposely incorrect medical treatment, which means I reckon that the Stasi went to like the local hospital in the city where the target lives and be like, if this guy shows up here, find a way to hurt him, okay? See, Targets are set to suit purpose in correct medical treatment. So, to give an example of something happened to me, I went to dentist pulled the hole in my teeth, gave me a tooth infection. Okay. And I do believe that the told had recruited dentists and put it up to like, when this guy shows up here, your job is to give a tooth infection, pull the hole in this one. Anyway, so I'm a gang stalk total middle, and on top of being a gang stalk, a persecuted total middle, I'm a Christian, so I'm a persecuted Christian, and I also have autism. And despite 10 plus years of intense persecution, I remain stronger, fitter, healthy, more energetic, perform at a high level average person. Which is a testament to my practices being effective. So I had to learn a lot of things the hard way. And thanks to God, I'm able to figure out ways that work to mitigate damage, increase the damage I take from the psychological control. I figured out ways to heal myself, prevent damage, and heal damage, and I can pass it on to others. So other targets can be well served by taking my advice. Most tornadoes haven't heard about vitamin C megadosing, for example. Most tornadoes haven't heard about niacinamide megadosing and vitamin C. They haven't heard about vitamin C and its antitoxic properties. And they don't even know that they're talking about toxins. So, being a Christian, I've actually had like a real walk with God. There's a lot of Christians that it's as if they're like dead spiritually. It's like, I guess they're not hearing from God. Me, I got saved, I've been hearing from God. So not with his voice, it would have been him. Okay, oh, that son of man, buy the vitamin C powder, something like this, okay. But it's like after getting saved, I started waking up to things, okay. And seeking, asking, knocking, and praying, and seeking the truth. And being a Christian, God responds to that by sharing the truth with me. And there's some things, even if you're not seeking God, God's going to start breathing truth into your life that he wants you to act upon. So, if you get saved and God doesn't want you to be sick and tired, and kind of off the bed of feeling being able to work with because you're suffering from debilitating depression or something like this, he's going to make sure that you start receiving information, that you hear about things, why people get depressed and how to deal with it, and what is the truth and things like this. So after getting saved, I did receive the truth of the Lord. And much like Neo the Matrix, I got saved and started praying to God, and I started waking up to things. A lot of Christians, I don't see any other Christian in this world that has been waking up to things. It's like they learned about 9/11 inside job, learned about the agenda to poison everybody by the deep state. And most Christians are poisoning themselves as the deep state are intending them to. They haven't heard about calcium and iron, and they're eating a high calcium, high iron diet, a high sugar diet. They haven't understood and learned that there's an agenda to have you eating a high sugar diet because that helps the satanic deep state to control you. Okay? So after getting saved, I've been learning more and more and walking with God, and God has helped me to receive wisdom and insights, which is why I'm out here telling other people about vitamin C megadosing and warning about people having too much calcium and iron in their bodies, and teaching non-system, matrix system alternatives to improve your health. Okay. And vitamin C can help with this and that, medicine can help with this and that, and everything else. Similar to the matrix thing, where it's like he's walking up from the matrix system now, he's a child of God, and they're living come out from under these shepherds, they thought I would see the living of Nebuchadnezzar like a ship. What's it called? Nebuchadnezzar or something like that. A ship. And it's like the breakfast they go, it's like they start kind of boring like a sludge. And the guy goes, but it's loaded with aminos and vitamins, everything the body needs. Okay. So similar to that, like after getting saved, God starts helping me to know things. God helps me to learn martial arts. I pray to God to get better at martial arts. I've been getting better at martial arts. I didn't go to the gym, a martial arts gym. I've been learning to throw hard and fast boxing strikes, Muay Thai elbows and kicks. I'm gonna have to go to a gym. I pray to God to get better martial arts. I've been getting martial arts. Like the Matrix movie, I have to wake up from the Matrix system. And I've learned the truth about how to stay strong, fit, and healthy. So when I got saved, I'm 36 today. When I got saved before I was 20 years old, I started praying to God to help me get stronger and faster and fitter, and then it helped me to stay that way. And then I've learned hidden truth that the Matrix system is now telling you that you need to know and apply to be strong, fit, and healthy. Okay, like vitamin C, how important that is, how much vitamin C you need. Learn about how bad sugar is for you. Okay, all these things that after praying to God and decide to be inside my heart, to be strong, fit, and healthy and stay that way, praying to get better at martial arts. I've been getting better at martial arts. I've stayed strong, fit, and healthy enough most of the time to stay fast and energetic and as I said. So basically I got saved and God has been helping me to stay strong, fit, fast, in shape, and I've been getting better at martial arts. Blessed be all my strength, teach my fingers to fight, my hands to war. I think it was Psalm 144 as well. That is another one I should really memorize now. Because sometimes I start the course, I wish it's hands to fight, fingers to war, or fingers to war, hands to fight. So I gotta finish up today's Grand Post with the Blossoms up and cut this off before an hour, and I'll be live for 37 minutes. But yeah, I'm a Christian and I'm being persecuted, and I much like Need the Matrix. I still need the Matrix again. They live with the glasses. They can see the truth in society. A lot of people claim that it's like they try marketing themselves as Need the Matrix. Are you making or the daily guy? Are you like me actually seeing the code in the Matrix system, decoding and going, yeah, here's what the code says. Okay, I watched this movie. Here's the hidden code in there. Like me in the Matrix, it's like this is scene where the guys look at computer screens with like numbers, and it's like, oh, there's two agents over there. Okay, see? So I'm like me in the Matrix. I'm fast. I've gotten better at martial arts just from praying to God, and I can see the code in the system. You got what I can see, like a daily guy too. So I'm the one person in this world that's the closest to the movie character Neo or the daily guy. We got what I can see. When he goes to the supermarket, you see that he can truth to deeper level. See, we're trying to make videos, decoding. It's like, yeah, they even show me in plain view how they're using sugar to control it. You have to show them the sugar together. See, I made videos decoding the No Counterforming movie and Django Unchained movie. Django Unchained and No Counterforming. And I've told people, if you get a message of plain view by the deep state, a lot of Christians and people are not even aware of the concept, don't even have the concept of there is a demonic involved hiding messages in the movies, like encrypting, ciphering in truth into movies. It's like we use the surface level, and most people just see the surface level. If I look at diet, I see, oh, there's 4 on 11. They were hinting at the common 11 attacks that deep state had planned. In this scene, that scene, this scene. Oh, here's another scene that I can see that in. I don't see, oh, it's a bad guy chasing a good guy. And then there's gunfights, okay? That's a surface level. So I'm seeing Shigure represents, symbolizes the deep state psychopathic power needs and the substance sugar. See? And then I can make videos breaking that down and show details that show that. So, not only have I decoded no conformal movie, no conformal movie, and Jaguar Unchained, and basically my decode of them, when I can see the hidden pain truth beneath the surface level, is these movies deal with the sugar agenda. How the deep state psychopathic power elites use sugar to control the mass. And there's a lot of people dying because the deep state has succeeded at the masses eating high sugar diet. And that's keeping them down mentally, keeping them kind of asleep in the matrix in a long ways. Easy to control and deceive and manage. And also a lot of people are dying as a result because the deep state has got the masses eating a high sugar diet. The mass eating high sugar diet makes it easy to control, dumps you down, makes you weaker, sicker, more tired, and just down. And a lot of people are dying as a result of eating a high sugar diet. And after breaking those videos down and showing that, I've also gone to the corner store like the David guy, and he can see beneath the surface level. So I go, I told you before, you watch my videos, more Rumble videos, decoding no kind of format and Jaguar Unchained. I showed you, they tell you that they're using sugar to control the masses, like a slave owner working to keep people running off the plantations, like the Neo in the Matrix. Like the Matrix movie, they're asleep, they're a slave, you understand? They're asleep in the Matrix. So the deep state are using sugar to control the masses. Shown that in the Jaguar Unchained movie and no kind of format movie. It's like it's a hidden layer there, and it's dealing with how the deep state psychopathic predatory control freak power elites are using sugar to control the masses, and because they've gotten the masses eating a lot of sugar to control, and a lot of people are dying. Sugar is the silent killer. One of the ways it kills, it leads to tooth infections, and tooth infections, there's a lot of people that die from tooth infections. So sugar causes cavities. A high sugar diet makes it more likely to have cavity, a tooth infection, and a tooth infection leads to death. And a lot of people get root canals to go to the dentist because of high sugar diet. So after making the video showing the hidden pain truth from these movies, revealing the hidden pain truth by the deep state psychopathic power elites that they're using sugar to control and kill a lot of people. And it's not really that they're killing. Mostly it's like kind of like assisted unaliving because like they're working to manipulate the masses into eating high sugar diets, and the masses are kind of falling for it, going with the stream. Like they get falling for it. They fall for the temptation. They're going along with it. It's like, hey, the deep state psychopaths eat a lot of sugar, and the mass like I'm eating a lot of sugar. You understand? So it's not really that it's not that they're capturing every citizen and like injecting them with sugar water every day against their will. Okay, that would be like clear killing, murder. It's more like make society be full of sugar and then hide the voices that warn about sugar and like promote sugar, have shelf licenses like Mike Israel talk about sugar is not a big deal. Some people say it's bad for you, it's not bad for you. Okay, have all these shelf licenses like Michelle from China and Gregory said share for the high carb diet. And most of the carbohydrates, grams of carbohydrates are sugar that people get. Okay, so it's like, yeah, high carb, you need carbs, okay. Have shelf lines that promote sugar explicitly or just high carb diet. And most of the carbs people get are sugar carbs. Sugar is pure gram weight of carbs. So a sugar cube is 5 grams of sugar. It's also 5 grams of carbohydrates. Okay, so some things like rice, maybe it's like 90 grams carbohydrates for 100 grams of rice or something like this. I don't need to know, I don't know exactly. But sugar is pure gram weight carbs. 1 gram of sugar equals 1 gram of carbs. So my point is this. I've already decoded the matrix system and showed what I can see. And most people don't have the ability because they're not like me, the matrix Max out that they live guy. So they can't see Quentin Tarantino's Jaguar Unchained movie and the Coen brothers. No conformal movie. And be like, oh, I see the hidden layers here. And the sugar represents the deep state power. It's a symbol of deep state power. It's like a figure of them. And the substance sugar, which is a silent killer, causes oxygen stress inflammation, hurts you in part by the rapid fluctuations of blood sugar it causes, ingesting sugar. Okay. It causes oxygen stress inflammation, destructive to human health, fire inflammation. Sugar causes that, which leads a lot of people going to pharmacy later down the road after many years of high sugar diet because they have some health problem. due to prolonged oxidative stress, inflammation from sugar. You can't see this on the average person, which is why most people are busy following blind leaders of the blind, they're falling into the ditches. Whereas people have been following me, they have a seeing leader. Like my wife, she's been warned about certain things. Don't inject poison into yourself. It's something I told her. And there were some people that online that were promoting everybody should inject themselves with poison. And I go, I don't do it, okay? See? And she didn't do it. So she didn't fall into that ditch, see? Or like, oh, I injected myself with poison, like some people told me to do it. And I'm hurt, really messed up now and worried. No, because she was following a scene leader. When I met her, I mean, I'm not joking, there's videos out here, people say you should be injecting meth or something, don't do drugs, kids. There's all kinds of stuff. There's some people on the internet that tell you should be injecting roids or something like this if you want to be healthy. Okay? And there's some side effects there. So, it's like, there's all kinds of toxic injections promoted by idiot fools, and fools fall for it. You go, yeah, I'm going to do it. There's other people like, yeah, you should be injecting testosterone into yourself if you're bodybuilder. Okay? And then there's some people go, yeah, I believe the guy to do it. And like, if you try it and you stop doing, that's one thing. But say, so there's different types, okay? So that's the point. I'm a seeing leader of people that have enough perception. It's like weakness begets weakness. He that has will get more. So people that have enough perception to see, like, I can see this guy might be somebody that is a quality leader. They say, I should follow him. They end up getting more discernment, and they end up seeing more all the time. So, let them alone, for they be blind instead of blind, instead of blind in the bullshit from the ditch. And that's the average Christian pastor. The average Christian has been maintaining a high sugar diet, being deficient in vitamin C. And their pastor hasn't seen the truth. Is like, yeah, I know human beings need multiple amounts of vitamin C every day, or you will be sick. You can't be healthy mentally and physically getting less than a gram of vitamin C per day. Okay? You can't be healthy. It's just a matter of time until you have all this health crisis. If you're deficient in vitamin C and having 50 plus grams of sugar going to one every day, and all these toxic chemical hiding home cleaning chemical exposures, that's a recipe for disaster. You're going to get a serious health problem sooner or later living this lifestyle. But me, I've been seeing the truth and I tell people. Okay? Really look out for the body of Christ, edification of the church. Really looking out for the body of Christ, making videos. And I can prove it, understand? It's like, if somebody gets less than a gram of vitamin C per day, they're showering with this perfume fragranced, styrene containing shampoo every day. They're spraying cologne, countertop cleaners, air fresheners in the home, wash your clothes with softener, drink out of plastic containers, having antimony exposure from drinking out of plastic bottles, and microplastics and everything else. They have less than 1 gram vitamin C going to the body every day, 50 plus grams of sugar. Having all this toxic chemical hygiene, home cleaning product exposures every day, you're not going to stay healthy. It's like you're going to be as unhealthy as the average person. And the problem is most people are not even seeing that they're unhealthy. They think they're healthy because they're as sick as the average person. They're averagely unhealthy. And because they don't have an obvious health crisis, they think that they're healthy. But people like me, they show up being able to be energetic and move this vehicle, oh, he's got to be a mess or something like this. Because it's like I appear too good to be true in my mental, physical performance. Okay? Because the average person is sick and tired and just mentally dull. Okay? So, I have some people, they hidden plain the truth. No time for them because I am not going to make things. I'm the type of guy that maybe deals with. Where history gets maybe every 1,000 years, maybe every 100 years, a guy like me. Okay? It's like a type of person that the deep state have been controlling this world multi-generations. They know that now and then, maybe one time every generation, there's a guy like me or David guy or Mike Sauder gets born. Okay? So, I'm that type of person that the movie steals about. Me, the Matrix, the building guy. And I made videos decoding, so what I can see beneath the surface layer, the hidden message in no kind of format movie and Jaguar Chain. And it boils down to the deep state power leads are using sugar to control the masses. And that's one of many of the silent killers. You got the mass eating high sugar diet, which is making people easy to control, and a lot of people are dying yearly due to the high sugar diet. And one way that I can prove that is being obese is like all-cause mortality, meaning you're more likely to die of X, Y, and Z if you're obese than if you're not. And a high sugar diet is conducive to making you obese. And a big part of the problem why so many people are fat, obese, is because the high carb, high sugar diet. Too much sugar, too much carbs. And after decoding that, there's no kind of format movie and the Jaguar Chain. And basically, yeah, this movie is the hidden message in plain view that I can see, like a cipher decoding it. It's like a code. I can see the code. Here's what the code says. The deep state power leads are controlling the masses like a slave owner would. They said, I want to keep people under my thumb by having the masses eat a high sugar diet. And sugar kills and leads to mental physical health problems. And then I go to the corner store and show you the candy aisle. Okay, commonly correlated with mental health problems, madness, is neuroinflammation. I go there, look candy, brain fryers, and they have like a human brain on the logo with flames. Okay, because sugar causes neuroinflammation, which leads to mental health problems. And people are more likely to off themselves or somebody else if they have mental health problems. Okay, see? And then directly eating high sugar diet. It's like as you decrease the cortical consciousness, you decrease clarity and decision quality. So a person that has extreme inflammation to a point where they really are well, they're more likely to do other stupid things that are harmful to their health and could result in death. Okay. Okay, you understand? So this type of stuff makes them incredibly dangerous to them. So I decoded all kind of format movie Jaguar Chain and boils down to, yeah, this movie hidden messages, the deep state are using sugar to control the masses. And sugar kills, okay? Because a lot of people are dying because of eating high sugar diet. It's a silent killer, sugar. And it helps to control people because it makes you dumber. Some more facts about sugar. Sugar induces inflammation, neuroinflammation. And commonly correlated with mental health problems is neuroinflammation. Be it schizophrenia, depression, panic attacks, severe anxiety, and autism. Commonly correlated with different things that people can have going on is neuroinflammation. Okay. So go to the corner store. They had the one that played view. Not the corner store, but it's like the matrix system. Okay. They have candies there that says like brain fryers. It's like they have a human skull with flames on it. You can see the brain with fire on it. And it's like literally, it's like a tell because sugar causes inflammation. And it's more likely to make you have a mental health problem. Sugar gives you mental health problems, oxidative stress, inflammation, neuroinflammation. If somebody has a lot of neuroinflammation, they're more likely to have this mental health problem. Okay. So they have something, high sugar candy in the corner store. Sugar causes neuroinflammation, and they show you a human skull with the brain and flames on it, like, and it's called like brain fires or zombie skulls or something like this. Okay. And they have another one, a lot of candies in Sweden are shaped like skulls. Popular type of candy, different manufacturers. Bob's, this and that. A lot of candy manufacturers in Sweden, they have like a skull candy. It looks like a skull, universal symbol for death. Okay, like a dead human. Because sugar kills. So they have a candy shaped like skulls. Because sugar kills, like a low California called a Jaguar Chain. And it makes people mentally unwell and not easy to control. So they show you a human brain with flames on it, on the sugar box. They show you zombie skulls. They show you brain fryers. They show you candy shaped as skulls. You're all gonna get blocked and leave in comments like the like button, by the way. You narcissistic, toxic people. Okay. So I've got like 3 people in the comments that said now want to hit the like button and you're all gonna get blocked. I don't know what the comments are. So here's the point, I haven't been checking the comments. Okay, so you don't even have a chance to that. sabotage the stream by getting your by what you say in the comments. It's just a blur. I'm just seeing like lines and something moving, and I know there's comments, and I look at the top of the screen, maybe a comment like it. So anyway, it's a point. I decoded the matrix system. I showed the hidden table truth. Being in the matrix, the guy daily the type of person, what I can see. I can see the code in the matrix system. I'm open up, I can see what it says. And the don't conform a movie and diagram chain. Hidden masses like the deep state power needs of controlling the masses with sugar, and having the mass eat a high sugar diet make them easy to control. And a lot of people are dying because eating high sugar diet. Okay. And what I know about sugar, it causes blood sugar fluctuations. Part of how it hurts you. It causes neuroinflammation. So part of how sugar hurts you, and it's like a risk factor for type 1, 2 diabetes. But this type 2 is due to inducing rapid, dramatic sugar spikes followed by rapid declines, like fluctuation of blood sugar. So like your blood sugar, okay? And that's something that makes more likely to have diabetes of some kind, okay? I know that sugar causes inflammation, neuroinflammation. And I know that health is a lack of oxidative stress inflammation. And disease is oxidative stress inflammation to a certain level. And then if you have neuroinflammation, you're more likely to have a mental health problem. And so do you understand? So they have candies in the supermarket, like a skull on it with fire coming from the brain, because they're telling you, they're hiding in plain view. The guy one that can see, like the guy that they live goes to the supermarket, sees the different level. That's who I am, and I'm proving. I'm not just saying that, okay? I'm living that, understand? Because I'm the type of person. Go to the supermarket and see, oh yeah, they're hiding in that plain view. This gives you brain inflammation. This kills you if you eat enough food. You eat enough sugar daily, you're more likely to die. Okay? All-cause mortality. And I can prove that without meaning sugar makes you fat. High sugar diet makes you fat. You ask a doctor if being fat is a risk factor for all-cause mortality. You're more likely to die of a stroke, heart attack if you're fat. Contrast it to a slim person. You see what the doctor tells you. Okay? Is a person who's fat more likely to die every year than a person who's slim is? This is what the doctor says. Okay, and they most likely tell you you're more likely to die if you stay obese in the doctor's office, health checkup. If you stay fat, you're more likely to die in the next 10 years. It's like if you get slim, you lose some weight, they'd be more likely you live on, understand? See? So, another common candy, and the sugar heads here, since your brains are so weak, it's like I laid one puzzle piece over here, 30 minutes later it's come to a conclusion. It's like your attention span, it's like it has to be simple to explain it like I would to Labrador retriever, a small child, within 60 seconds we can get it. And since I'm not pandering to idiots, I'm not going to get it anyway. It's like I'm like talk a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, and if a person can absorb like the last 30 minutes laying on it, it's like, yeah, I see it now. But you don't have the pattern recognition or like the mental sharpness to be able to do it. And that's why you just watch these videos. You don't feel like something profound has been taught to you. Okay. So that's a problem with you. Okay. So another thing so remember, sugar kills. And sugar is a silent killer. That the deep state have got the mass eating high sugar diet will lead to a lot of deaths. People are dying like flies. And it leads to mental health problems. And it helps to control the masses. And you have candies in Sweden. Oh, sugar causes brain inflammation. Commonly called with mental health disorders. Being mad, crazy is neuroinflammation. Like somebody would have paranoid schizophrenia, have a psychotic episode. They're more likely to have a serious neuroinflammation problem than a person that is not psychotic, paranoid schizophrenic, OCD, panic attack, yada yada. Okay. Somebody with PTSD is like exhibiting PTSD. They're more likely to have an inflammation problem than somebody that doesn't. Okay. So a person is diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, panic attack disorder, something like this, anxiety disorder, PTSD, they're more likely to have brain depression. It's more likely to have brain inflammation problem, neuroinflammation, than a person who's not diagnosed with autism. What is the candy? Candy, sugar causes neuroinflammation. And they have candies in this matrix system in the supermarket, corner store. There's a bag of candy, and they show you high sugar. and a skull with like the brain exposed with flames on the skull. Brain fire, brain inflammation, oxidative stress inflammation. Yeah. And they might be called like zombie skulls or like sour madness. Yeah, sour madness. Mad crazy. Okay. See? So part of like the nuts and bolts of how I'm able to do these videos, rare performance, discernment ability, and everything else, is because God has been in my life and helping me to stay a person that has adequate pattern recognition ability and recall, to be able to see the truth. That's what kind of boils down to it. Pattern recognition and recall ability. Having really high pattern recognition, really high recall, and just the clarity of the consciousness, just perception in the moment, to notice details for pattern recognition being engaged and recall process of this. So, and if I hadn't learned what I've learned, I'd maintain a high sugar diet, didn't start supplementing, yada yada, I'd be unlikely to make these discoveries and be able to, oh, here's another instance of foreshadow or something, I can see the hidden clues here. If I would have been maintaining a high sugar diet, never started making those vitamin C, never detoxed my life in this and that way, I'd be unlikely, a lot less likely to be able to have this. The discovery rate would go down. Maybe like 1 thing I noticed per year rather than 10 per month. Okay. So here's the point. Oh, another, remember sugar kills. A lot of candies are shaped like skulls. Universal symbol for death. See? Candies are what is like human skull. Because sugar, high sugar that kills a human, and people are dead from a skeleton. You can see the skull. Okay. So there's a lot of candies shaped like skulls. What else? Popular candies that I can find. I go to any corner store, supermarket, they have a candy aisle. There's gonna be certain brands like you have like, what about they're gonna have Mars and Snickers. Okay, they're gonna have Coca. I'm looking for soda in the store. They have Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and maybe some other brands. Okay, so in Sweden, it's like common candy shaped like skulls, sour madness, brain fires, zombie skulls. Okay, and something called patroner, which is in the same. It's 11, so this we had a long session. So I'm already up. Okay, so anyway, it's the point. Which is also part of how you can adjust to sleep. If you have an alarm, it's like it makes you wake up early. You're more likely to be able to fall asleep early and stuff like this. Then what is the point? They have a common candy in Sweden that's cartridges, patroner, which means cartridge. So it's a bullet. So here's a candy out. My SAHA can see the truth, it has a sugar kills, and that the deep state of hiding things in plain view in this matrix system, understand? Okay? And we got what I can see. It's like, yeah, I know sugar kills. Candy out. Sugar skulls, they have skulls, candy, shaped like skulls, universal symbol for death. Dead human. Sugar object, symbol for dead human. Okay? They have cartridges that are used in war to kill humans. What is contemporary, the same culture, it's like main way that's like we're gonna kill people in war. We have cartridges, okay, bullets. And so they have candies that are called cartridges in Swedish, patroner, bullets, okay. And in war, you load a gun with bullets, shoot a human, he dies. And if you just leave him in the field, you see a skeleton like a skull, okay. Skulls, bullets, okay. Dead human, thing that kills humans. Candy shaped like that, okay. They have another candy, popular one, which I like, meaning for the rare cheat meals, it's happened before that I bought that one. Turkish pepper, okay. And it's like a hard candy that's filled with like a powder, that's like a strong powder. It's like salmiak or licorice powder or some peppery stuff, okay. And that candy is blue with yellow. It's like high visibility warning flag. And it's like Turkish pepper with flames. It's like a warning triangle. It's like warning or something like this, hot or something like this. There's like flames on it because sugar gives inflammation after distress. So that's how it ends up killing people and making them sick. Okay, that's like main way that sugar hurts is by inducing the inflammation of it. Inflammation, oxidative stress, general inflammation, and part of your body is generally inflamed by the sugar is your brain. Okay, so Yeah, Turkish pepper, flames on it, candies, triangle, or it's a warning hearts. Okay, let's see. And then they have cartridges, candies in the same candy out. A lot of candies, different companies, they have skull shape. They have like soft candies, like foamy, they're shaped like skulls. They have the harder ones, that are more like chewy, shaped like skulls. And there's more than one company that has the same type of like skull candy. Okay. And they have candies that are like zombie skulls, brain fryers, sour madness, and the sour madness, mad is a word for crazy. And old school word for crazy is mad. That word mad, okay, you're crazy. And common correlate with mental health problems is new information. See? So this simply gives the information of sugary candy. Says sour madness shows your human brain on fire with flames on it. See? Pattern recognition recall with it. That's part of how I make you see this, because if I'm in the supermarket, I'm looking at stuff, and this pattern recognition, bullet, recall, what is a bullet? Is loaded into guns to kill humans, okay? What is a skull? Yeah, that's a symbol. Pirate flag is a symbol of death to a dead human. What I know about sugar induces oxygen stress inflammation. What I know that sugar does to you, it induces neuroinflammation. What I know about neuroinflammation is commonly called mental health problems, madness. And I'm able to see it all this time. And it's like, do you understand? So if I didn't have in my memory to be recalled that I know that sugar induces neuroinflammation, I know that correlated with neuroinflammation is mental health problems. Okay? Correlated with mental health problems is neuroinflammation. I'd be less likely to know this as I'm looking at a human skull with fire on it, you connect the dots, pattern recognition are engaged. You'll be like, oh, they're telling you in plain view, this will give you neuroinflammation. And more likely you have a madness problem. See? So, can you see how people, they're not at low level mental, they're harder to control by the matrix system. And people that are on a high sugar diet are easy to control, because you're not out here seeing this in pop culture and then going live on YouTube and letting others know. See? So if you're the deeply psychopathic power leads that are looking to keep people weak and blind and that needs to manipulate, and sugar makes you dumber, this is a dangerous tool. Like a guy who can see the truth, who's not mentally weakened to the point where he can't notice the truth. Oh, I see the hidden plain truth of this movie, and I can show people, I know you're afraid of me, but I'm going to show these people I can make this movie. See? Where's like, see? These movies in pop culture, they hide in plain truth. They kill you with the sugar and keep you down. And let's go to the supermarket. Some guys go to the daily supermarket with glasses on. And goes, oh yeah, the hide in plain view sugar gives you mental health problems. Showing a human skull with flames on it. And that is the type of person that you have less people like that per generation if you keep them on a high sugar diet, low vitamin C, since from the cradle to the grave. Okay. People get born, get on a high sugar diet, low vitamin C, stay vitamin C deficient, high sugar. You have less people presenting as capable of doing what I'm doing right now here. Okay. So, the end of the thing sometimes is better than the beginning, you know. Okay. So it's like the beginning of it was kind of normal. It's like guy taking supplements, talk about supplements, and now in the same stream towards the end, it's like really like paradigm just cutting through. Here's another thing I want to tell you. Some of you out there are like worried about it. It's like you want to live a long life in the natural. It's like you worry, I feel like I'm sick and I don't feel like I'm gonna make it to 50. Some things that can happen to live on. If you're a person like, I might not survive the next 10 years because I'm obese and my doctor told me it's like I'm less likely to make it to 80 if I stay obese, and it's like I'm concerned I might not live on here. Okay, there are some things that can help you. Cut down on your sugar, okay? Cut down on daily sugar intake. Address vitamin deficiencies. Vitamin D3, K2, magnesium, vitamin C. And I'd say primarily vitamin C, okay? Here's another form of vitamin C. Meaning, if you're deficient vitamin C, it's not good. Oh, okay. Here's another thing. Here's another form of vitamin C. So, here's my advice. I recommend people to get on the baseline protocol 6 grams vitamin C per day, 2 grams 3 times per day. Ultimately, you add 1 liposomal vitamin C sachet per day. And my favorite one is Live On Labs, Ultra C, liposomal vitamin C. So 6 grams regular and 1 gram liposomal as a baseline protocol. And you do a lot of that. And I personally believe that will help if you live on. You're more likely to survive the next decade if you take 6 grams regular vitamin C and 1 gram of liposomal, Live On Labs liposomal. And then also you take magnesium D3K2 every day. And then additionally, ultimately, you also take other supplements, a B complex, good B complex, niacinamide B3 high dose, omega-3 fish oil is another good one, ashwagandha is another good one, L-theanine. I made a video, top and personal favorites, okay, talk about supplements. So we're gonna have to do like another disclaimer here now. So nothing that I said in this video is to take as medical advice information. I am not a licensed physician. Okay. I'm not a licensed physician. Talk to a doctor before making any changes to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and or medication. Talk to a doctor before starting to or stopping to take any supplements or medications. What I've been saying this live stream been doing is not intended to replace the care of a licensed physician, and it's not ordinations or prescriptions. I'm saying I think people should be taking this vitamin. That's not prescriptions or like an ordination with a doctor. Okay. So also check the text disclaimer in the description. As soon as I'm done streaming this, I'll add the description in there. Okay. So. I'm checking the comments now. Tonight it's too late for them to do. A lot of times what they try to do is to provoke me, intrigue me, and decrease the quality of my live streams that are produced in real time by triggering me in the chat. They're getting me irked and getting me distracted. They're getting me off track. I see we just had Chatterblog MS shop in the chat. Hello. Don't forget to hit the like button. That guy is not getting blocked, but these other people are getting blocked right away. And then we'll see if Mike writes some more comments. I don't know if he was in here just now. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. I don't have the timestamps open right now. I know there's a way you can click a button to show timestamps, which means it will tell me someone left a comment 10 minutes ago. Okay. This idiot is getting blocked. Jordan Washington WhatsApp, bro, but he didn't hit the like button. He's getting blocked. First of all, there's nothing indicating that you're my bro, my brother. I'm a saved man. I've trusted in Lord Jesus Christ as his work on the cross to receive salvation from remission of sins, everlasting life, which means only other Christians are my brothers in Christ. Okay. So, lost people are children of Satan. And since I'm a Christian, I don't look at lost people as my brothers. Okay. I'm not your brother. Other lost children of Satan are your brothers if you're not a Christian. So the Chatterblog MS timed out. So Chatterblog MS is nothing timed out. Don't forget to hit the like button, Mike. So you're not getting blocked. Everybody else got blocked, okay? You're not getting blocked because I've had interaction with you and you've been operating on a level where you have been deemed to be compatible with continual social interactions, okay? Meaning you've been operating in a way where I gotta get rid of this guy, understand? It's like I gotta get rid of this guy Chatterblog, I gotta get rid of him. Because his X, Y, and Z talk, his too this, too little that. So it's like your behavior hasn't gotten you on the mic, so I have to get rid of you list and like block. I don't want anything to do with you. So you're still welcome here. Okay. I just finished a disclaimer. video too. I'll go out the back on it. So that there you have something to my side, the box. You have something to came after. It's like a lot of people that leave hated comments. It's like if I make a video that's already, and people feel jealous and be like, oh, my mic is in good shape and stuff. It's like, yo, but you smoke cigarettes, Mike. If I make a video teaching how bad sugar is for you, so we go, but Mike, you smoke cigarettes. It's like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I also drink whiskey now and then. Cherry Bogger as well, I appreciate you being my friend. Now I'm waxing almost conspiratorial because I'm looking backstage and it says 0 likes on the stream. So it's like either people are not leaving likes or a few people have left them and YouTube is just shadow banning. The YouTube algorithm is like, don't count people's likes, okay? Which I know that there are weird things going on YouTube. But it's like, that would be a different level. It'd be like people leave likes and YouTube doesn't let them stick. Understand? Like somebody hits like on my video. And I would be surprised if it's like if 12 people leave a like on my video, check back the next day, it says 4. Because YouTube goes, well, he got too many likes, so it looks too good, okay? It needs to look like this guy. Nobody likes his videos. It's like there's nobody that sees the sense that he's making the videos. So I guess it's gotta be a trash video because you got 48 views and only 1 like or something like this. See? It's like it's perception management. Yeah, so anyway, here's the point. Cherryblog MS here. He's a streamer. He's a YouTube streamer. I don't know how long it's been since he was live last time. I haven't been getting notifications that you're live. And I do check YouTube on a daily basis. I open up YouTube, upload something sometimes a day. And every time I do, there's notification, this guy went live, then I'm subscribed to this person uploaded this and that, okay? So I haven't gotten notifications they've been uploaded recently. So I know that Mike, Cherryblog MS, he lives in Canada. In the land of the free, okay? He lives in the country of Canada. And he's been having some health problems. And I gave him some very valuable health fitness advice. And you can watch his videos to hear from the horse's mouth and talk about his health problems. I'm not his doctor, so I don't have access to his medical records, so you like a call that hears the details of what he's been dealing with. But he had like a health scare. I think it was a heart problem. And he had a stream that's talking about it's a close call with death type of thing. It's like a serious health problem. And I gave him some good advice. I told him I recommend supplementation, vitamin C and the usual suspects, this and that. And I think he said that he had a multivitamin. I said I don't recommend a multivitamin because most of them have iron and calcium, which most people have too much of already. And that can actually be part of the problem. You can do more harm than good taking multivitamin. Because most people have too much iron and calcium in the body, some copper already. And if you take a multivitamin, you're getting more copper, calcium, and iron. So I don't recommend multivitamins. I do recommend high dose vitamin C. So these 3 supplements I recommend to Mike. It's a free health fitness coach. I recommend vitamin C. Take these supplements every day if you want to follow my recommendations, my advice as a health fitness coach. Vitamin C daily. So take these supplements every day. Vitamin C, magnesium, and vitamin D3 with K2. So vitamin C, magnesium, D3, K2. Also, I strongly advise decrease your daily sugar intake, meaning aim to get and stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. That will also make a big difference. I'd say the main thing is getting supplementation right. Almost as important is getting less bad stuff into your body. And primarily I'm talking about sugar and toxic chemical exposures. It's like power punch inducers of oxidative stress inflammation, like sugar, chemical toxins in hygiene home cleaning products. And it's not just the exposure level. It's not like how sick does a person get from 300 röntgens per hour radiation for these many hours. No, it's also about how much vitamin C do you have in circulation while having this radiation exposure. Okay. So it's not just the dose. It's not just the amount of toxins in circulation, it's the amount of antitoxin in circulation, singular, at the same time. Yes, I do take vitamin C, D3 also. I avoid all sugars now, that's great. And salt intake is very low. It did say multivitamins, so that would be the one thing you're doing that's not good. It's like, I'm not like a guy who's, it's like, I'm not your dad. I can't force you to do things or give you orders, okay? But it's like, I'm not looking for you to die. You understand? If I wanted you to die, I'd be like, don't take any supplements. And sugar is good for you, guy. Okay, you almost died from a health problem. It's like, don't take any vitamins at all. Then eat a lot of sugar, okay? Then you understand? So it's like, since I'm not trying to kill you here, I'm actually trying to help you to survive. Whatever my motivations may be for that, I'm actually trying to and succeeding at doing a good job at telling you things that can help your health and make it less likely to die the next decade, physically. So I'd say check your multivitamin. Most likely it will have both calcium, iron, and copper in it, which is not good. So people that watch my videos will hear me recommend supplements, this and that supplement, but you never hear me recommend taking multivitamin, okay? Because 90+% of multivitamins on the market, and it's hard to find one that doesn't, contains both iron, calcium, and copper. And iron and calcium is something most people have toxic levels of in the body already, which means if you take a multivitamin, you're exacerbating the problem. It's like with time you have too much iron to a point where it's bad for your health. You don't put in more iron in your body, it can go down, okay? You have too much calcium. If you stop putting a lot of calcium in your body, the calcium levels can go down. So, case in point, I don't recommend multivitamins. Multivitamins are bad for your health because they contain iron, calcium, and copper. So, high dose vitamin C, D3K2, we can get into dosages of that a bit later, and magnesium. So, high dose vitamin C, magnesium, and D3K2. And I don't recommend taking multivitamin. You know what? A better thing to take than multivitamin is a B complex supplement. Because if you would have a B complex supplement and a multivitamin, a B complex supplement, there's a lot of the vitamins is like maybe 50% of multivitamin are B complex vitamins. So you get the good stuff, but take the B complex, B vitamins, without the bad stuff, the iron, calcium, and the copper in there. So, I recommend 12 grams of vitamin C. Now this is to Mike and watching. So here's take it or leave it. 12 grams of vitamin C per day. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 grams. As far as I'm concerned, 2 grams. Okay, so that's spread out throughout the day. You can take 2 grams every 3 hours, or 2 grams every 4 hours, for example. But basically, 12 grams of vitamin C per day, divided into 6 2-gram doses. And this is kind of lowball. Like really, I like to have you do cash titration at the Barton's protocol. But 12 grams per day is enough to make a serious difference. And it's not impossible, or like highly unlikely that you'll be able to put in the effort to adhere to the patient compliance. So patient compliance is a big deal. So if I have my like 12 supplement list, and it's like talk about the optimal form, this and that, the number of people that will take the advice is very low. But if it's like take vitamin C 2 times per day, there's more people that will take that advice than if I go 6 doses of vitamin C per day. Okay, there's less people who get on the vitamin C protocol. So 12 grams per day is enough to make a serious difference. Okay, in your health. So to Mike and watch, my recommendation is you get at least 12 grams of vitamin C per day. And if you're going for a daily gram amount, if a person is going for 6 grams per day or 12 grams per day, you divide your doses, so you divide the 12 grams 6 doses, so it's half the number of doses as the daily gram amount. That's how I teach it. So if a person is going to get 12 grams per day, you take 6 2-gram doses. And that's simple. So 12 grams per day, vitamin C, divided into 6 doses optimally. Now if you watch this, it's like, you know what, Mike, it's like, I know I'm not gonna take this advice. It's like 6 times per day. Open up a bottle, take vitamin C or whatever form of vitamin C, get the vitamin C water. It's like, I'm not gonna stick to that or something like this. Now it's better, okay, if you're able and willing to take 3 grams 3 times per day, morning, middle of the day, and evening. If that's something you could stick to, then that's better than an auto protocol you don't adhere to. Like, do you understand? It's like perfection can be the enemy of good. Be like, well, it's like here's the optimal level of vitamin C, or like more optimal. It's like 6 2-gram doses per day. And I'm not gonna do that. You'd be better off taking 3 grams 3 times per day and actually do it, and you're getting a little bit less effect than the 6 doses of 2 grams vitamin C, but you're getting more effect than not taking any at all. So anyway, here's the point. I recommend you to take 3 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day, bare minimum for you. Better yet, you take 6 doses per day, 2 grams per dose of vitamin C. That's even better. But if that feels too big of an ask for you to do that, get 3 grams vitamin C 3 times per day. A 3-gram dose in the morning, 3-gram dose in the middle of the day, 3-gram dose towards the end of the day. Let's get to magnesium now. I'm not checking the comments right now if people are asking or respond to what I'm saying, and I'm focused on laying out the advice here, and then I check the comments. We covered vitamin C, okay, 3 grams 3 times per day. Better yet, 2 grams 6 times per day. So the main thing here is getting above 6 grams vitamin C per day, okay? Is that making sure you get 6 grams vitamin C bare minimum, 6 plus grams vitamin C into your body per day. Next, magnesium. Around 1 gram of magnesium per day, that's 1,000 milligrams. And that's a little bit low ball, but it's adherable, easily adherable, meaning the person is not going to have to spend a lot of money on magnesium. Okay, and they're more likely to be willing to spend the amount of money required to get 1 gram a day of magnesium than if you put it higher. So the magnesium supplement I have, it's around 300 milligrams per cap, so I take 1 in the morning and 2 at night. So that's around 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, or magnesium rather. So I recommend you to get let's go for that, okay? 3 grams 3 times per day, that's my advice to you. And it'd be better if you get more, but that's enough to make a big difference for you. And it's not too hard to follow that protocol. 3 grams 3 times per day. 369, totaling 9,000 milligrams of vitamin C per day. And I can get into like teaching you how to acquire and make your vitamin C water for this purpose. Magnesium, around 1,000 milligrams per day. And you can take a morning dose of around 300 milligrams of magnesium, and then an afternoon evening dose of 600 milligrams of magnesium or so. So around 1,000 milligrams of magnesium per day. And D3K2, 6,000 IUs of D3K2, of D3 with K2 added to the supplement. It's like a bare minimum low ball. Now I'm reading the comments. Gosh, my friend, I'm also checking with my cardiologist too. I take cranberry too, okay. Now, cranberry would be like a very small band-aid or a very large gunshot wound for you, as far as I'm concerned. It's like, you might have heard that cranberry juice has vitamin C in it, okay, and orange juice, things like this. But you're not gonna get therapeutic amounts, even if you would drink 4 liters of cranberry juice per day, which I'm not saying you should. You would still get way too little vitamin C into your body every day, and add too much carbohydrates, liquid carbs. So you'd be doing more harm than good in terms of if you're trying to improve your health. You'd be doing more harm than good to be like really drink more cranberry juice because it's got vitamin C in it, and a lot of liquid carbs. So it's very little vitamin C and a lot of liquid carbs. So you have a cardiologist. There is a cardiologist that's also an orthomolecular inclined individual called Tom Levy, who's a cardiologist, and he's a major proponent of supplements. So you could check his videos. I have a playlist with Tom Levy videos on it, and he's a proponent of taking lots of magnesium, vitamin C, D3K2, and other supplements. So there's a cardiologist. You can hear his thoughts online, and he's a cardiologist. He started up in an internet at dental clinic with Hal Huggins, and that's where he learned about vitamin C megadosing. He was an intern at Hal Huggins dental clinic, and he was like gobsmacked by how energetic and healthy some people were that were elderly after having like molars extracted in the dental clinic. And normally like people would feel like they need to go home and get a nap or something. They're just so fatigued and kind of affected by this surgical procedure, extracting teeth out of their mouth. But he'd be like, yeah, this somebody comes into Huggins clinic, an elderly woman with a caregiver, with a covered by caregiver, and they get the molars extracted. They'd be like, let's go for dinner after this, and they'd be like energetic. And Tommy was like surprised, and how Huggins got him into the secret was giving them IVC when coming in for a procedure. So I recommend you get D3, K2, and vitamin C. Unfortunately, I can tell an anecdotal case study report. My wife, we wonderful after we started talking, and I wanted to the Lord with the gospel, and I've helped her to improve her health. She was suffering from debilitating allergies when I met her, and she'd be reacting to the yarn. So she was working, and still does, by making crochet items and sell them online. And it became incrementally harder and harder for her to be able to maintain this activity. She began getting more and more allergic and reacting to the yarn. It was hard for her to be able to sit and knit her needed crochet items. And she was wearing like a COVID mask and dishwashing gloves and stuff, and kind of having the workpiece kind of like far away from her. Okay, and not like in her lap, but it was still like a big problem. So she was allergic, and she had gone to the doctors, the hospital, and they had given her some medications, and they said the medications that the doctors gave for elders made her feel a little bit better for a few days, and then she felt like it won't help anymore. Okay. I come into life, I get on the high dose vitamin C protocol, and she reports getting better and better in her allergies, getting her allergies improving over time until she gets to the point where her allergies are all but cured, like 90% improvement at least. Okay, so not a little bit better a few days, then no improvement. She said she started getting serious improvement quickly, and more improvement until she reports being like all but cured of her allergies. Like 90% improvement, like 90% less severe allergies. Okay, look like that. If it's like 100 points of allergies, 90 points removed, and it's like 10 points of allergy seriousness after taking my advice. Now, after going to the hospital again, possibly it could have been when she had been bitten by a dog and she had to go in there. They have a lot of stray dogs in Thailand, and she had been bitten by a dog on a motorcycle, and she went to the hospital. For some reason, she ends up presenting in the hospital again, and she tells them that she's taking multi-gram amounts of vitamin C for her allergies, and it's helping her. And the doctors told her, yeah, you can take vitamin C, but not more than 2 grams, okay? See, but what she needed to take to have this dramatic improvement, so the same medical system that have failed at improving her allergies, with their, like, take these tablets. The guy who actually helped is like, yeah, multi-gram amounts of vitamin C, 10 plus grams of vitamin C per day. And she needed to take 10 plus grams of vitamin C per day to get to a point where she's seeing serious improvement in her allergies. It's like, wow, my allergies have really been helped. She needed to take 10 plus grams of vitamin C per day to get to that. And then it goes back to the hospital that failed that help her allergies. And they go, oh yeah, you can take vitamin C, but don't take more than 2 grams of it. Okay. So that's a very interesting anecdotal report. Okay, if you think about the details of this story. Now, so what I'm saying is, it's like, we're gonna have to do this game now. So it's like, it's like, talk to a doctor for making a change to diet, lifestyle supplementation. Okay. Is it impossible in the world that someone go to the doctor like a scam, a quack? It's like they're wearing a doctor suit. They have a fake hospital with a fake fiducia, and they end up there. They could go, okay. It's not. So I might be talking about that. It's like you end up in a fake hospital, and they weren't licensed at least. They're just quacks. They weren't like real doctors. They're having like real competence in improving people's health. Okay, and they end up like, yeah, don't take this guy's advice. He got you all better with his prescriptions, quote unquote. I mean, it's like, write out on paper, take this much vitamin C every day, this often. It's not impossible. It was like a fake hospital with fake doctors. So talk to a real licensed physician, medical person, okay? Talk to a doctor for making a change to diet, lifestyle supplementation, and medication. So let's go through the comments. Yeah, so what I would tell you is I recommend you to, I told you already, get 9 grams of vitamin C per day, okay? And I'm going to talk about how you can do that. Here's my vitamin C water, by the way, and my coffee. And I like to get, as I wake up and I feel the morning cortisol, I like to get vitamin C into my body quickly. So here's the point. Get you some pure ascorbic acid vitamin C powder on Amazon, if you're an Amazon shopper. They're most likely on Amazon in Canada. Heck, they have it in Sweden, and I have an Amazon Prime account. So I get my vitamin C to make more vitamin C powder from Amazon. Okay. So what I recommend you to do is to acquire a significant amount of ascorbic acid powder, vitamin C powder. And they have that at Amazon. So get a pound, 2.2 pounds, a kilo, or 500 gram bag or can of vitamin C powder, pure ascorbic acid. Once you have that at home, you can start making a vitamin C water beside you. And even more being more valuable here. Once you have the powder, if you want to get 6 grams of vitamin C in water, you get a heaping teaspoon. You get a teaspoon, you scoop up as much vitamin C powder as you can, scoop up with a spoon, and dump it in the water. Now you have approximately 6,000 milligrams, 6 grams of vitamin C in that water. Okay. Now it could be like 5.4, 5.8, 6.1, but roughly 6 grams of vitamin C in water. So for 12 grams per day, simply you would take 2 heaping teaspoons of vitamin C powder, dump it into water. And I recommend you use a liter of water and mix the 2 heaping teaspoons of vitamin C powder into a liter, a glass bottle, a liter of water. And then you can drink that throughout the day. Or you can divide it into, for 12 grams, 6 doses. You can drink the 6, you could drink a sixth of that, 6 times per day, okay? So basically, the way that I recommend to take vitamin C is by vitamin C powder, make a vitamin C water and drink it. And for the baseline bare minimum I give to the general public, my advice has been 6 grams of vitamin C per day, okay? For the baseline average for the general public, 6 grams of recommendations get 6 grams of vitamin C per day. You just get a heaping teaspoon of vitamin C powder, dump it into a glass bottle with water. Okay, you can spit it out. And add a little bit more water until you have a liter full, let's say, with 6 grams of vitamin C in it. And you drink a third of that 3 times per day. So you make it in the morning, drink a third 3 times per day. And you're getting about 2 grams 3 times per day then. And if you want to get 12 grams per day, you get 2 heaping teaspoons and put it in the water. Make it a liter of water. Now you have a liter of water with 12 grams vitamin C in it. And you drink a sixth of that 3 times per day. So since I went through a trouble to explain this to you now, with the teaspoons and the measurements and stuff, it's just better to get the 12 grams, okay, per day, and not the 9 grams. 9 grams is enough for you to see improvement, but it's better you get 12 grams vitamin C per day. So I'm teaching my how to follow my advice to get 12 grams vitamin C per day. Since we're going for this method, like the 9 grams per day, if you would find the bioscopic acid cap, just going to grab the cap, and you can take 3 of those 3 times per day, and you do 9 grams per day. But really, I'm recommending get 12 grams per day, and I'm teaching you how to make vitamin C water, so we're going for the 12 grams amount. So you get vitamin C powder, pure ascorbic acid. You get a glass bottle of liter water. You have your vitamin C powder there. You scoop up 2 heaping teaspoons of vitamin C powder and dump it into the water. You fill it to like a third of the water, the glass water, hold it with water. Dump 2 teaspoons, heaping teaspoons of vitamin C powder there. Now I'm starting over to resetting to be more clear, okay? So here's to Mike, how to get the daily 12 grams of vitamin C as recommended by me, if you want to. You get a liter glass bottle. You fill it to a third or so, a quarter third with water. Hold it with water. You have the vitamin C powder, ascorbic acid in a teaspoon of it. You scoop up a heaping teaspoon, dump it in there, and another heaping teaspoon, dump it in there. Now you have 12 grams of vitamin C powder in that water. Since you fill it to a third or a quarter, you can stir it, mix it just by spinning it like this, okay? And then you can have the faucet on this water, add a little bit more, until it's filled to the brim, that's a liter, with 12 grams vitamin C completely dissolved, mixed into the water. Now you will have 1 liter of water with 12 grams vitamin C in it. So how would you then take the advice that I gave you? Well, you drink a sixth of that, 6 times per day. Or you could drink a third of it, 3 times per day. And the total amount of vitamin C you get per day then will be 12 grams vitamin C. Okay. So that's what I recommend. Get pure vitamin C powder. Make your vitamin C water. And start supplementing with it. Additionally, I recommend that you do vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium daily. Around 1,000 milligrams of magnesium per day. Take a third of those 1,000 milligrams in the morning and 2/3, the last 2/3, towards the end of the day. And you can take that with a meal if you're eating several times per day. D3K2, you can take that just once per day with a meal. And for a heavy set fellow, as you, 6,000 IUs of D3 with K2 added to per day is a little bit too low bar for me to be comfortable with it. I prefer that you get 10,000 IUs of vitamin D3 with K2 per day, because it's like a petite woman like my wife who's 153 centimeters tall or short, depending on how they put it, all things being relative, and not really that wide either. For her, like 4,000 IUs of D3 per day might be equal to 12,000 IUs for me or something like that. And she's also getting the Thai salmon a little bit there, so her vitamin D3 need to be a little bit lower than the same person living in Sweden. I recommend around 10,000 IUs for a month, and then you can step down to 8, 6, or 4,000 if you would like to, for economical or other reasons. I recommend a loading period of 10,000 IUs or so of vitamin D3 per day for a month, and then you can step down month 2 to either 8 or 6 or 4,000 IUs vitamin D3. So now if you want to pick one a month, then you can start taking it and keep taking forever without getting too much vitamin D3. You can get 6,000 IUs of D3 with K2. Okay. You can take the last per day with meal. So types of amounts for my care, I recommend 12 grams of vitamin C per day. Around 1,000 milligrams of magnesium per day. A third of 1,000 milligrams in the morning, and the last 2/3 was every day. And 6,000 IUs. Around 6,000 IUs of vitamin D3 per day with K2. And that's going to be a lot for you. That's going to be a lot for you. Yes, unlike me in the Matrix with the guy with the daily glasses, and I'm a major threat to the deep state based on my competence, capabilities, and nature. And it's like I've had so much great content, so I just need to make people aware of it. It's like I got the decode videos, I got the videos decode the supermarket. You just gotta make people aware of it. Or I can keep hitting the same topic again, which I like to do. Then it's like, I might go live tomorrow or tonight again and go, no country phone in you in James Bond Shane decoder, and make another video on the same topic. Okay. And next time I go to the supermarket, I do another decode. And put these two foxes tied together like you have this in the standard fields of the Philistines. It's like there's an infomore, and there's the story of Samson where he caught foxes. He tied two foxes' tails together, and he was having great success in his warfare against the Philistines. He led one of the standing course of the Philistines. So I thought about that. Where a lot of times my method on YouTube is like make it short. You can be healthy by taking my advice. And then a 3-hour advice and talk about how to be healthy by my advice. And then the short is taken to the long one. Okay. So anyway, support. Because you're doing an info war. There's a war on for people's minds and bodies, and people are living in a world where they get too little vitamins and too much sugar stuff by design. And I'm counting that to let people know, hey, you're getting too little vitamins, too much sugar, and it's a problem by design. And here's how we do it. So it's time for medical disclaimer. And A disclaimer for disclaimers. Why do these disclaimers? That's not because I think my advice might kill you, okay? And you're gonna sue me for getting sick from the vitamin C or something like this. It's to protect myself from strikes, medical misinformation strikes and things like this. If I'd be like all bold and not disclaimer, sooner or later I get a strike. I understand. So, medical disclaimer general. The information provided is for education informational purposes only, and is not intended as medical advice. I am not a doctor or licensed healthcare professional. This content is for educational purposes only and does not replace medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional. So, I'm gonna finish up. Again, you're welcome. And it's up to you to choose. There might be people out there that are claiming to be competent in health and give the appearance of being competent visually in other ways. And you can choose in this what you listen to. Behold, I said before this day life and death. Understand? It is up to you what you will heal for you. So it's like meaning you have a health problem, you had a health crisis. And these people, if you listen to their advice, you're more likely to die within that day. And if you listen to me, you're less likely to die that day. Or you can listen to people that tell you don't take vitamins and eat sugar. And you're more likely to diagnose that day. So, okay. Wisdom cried without in the chief place of concourse. I'm not here on made the classroom you can teach the people the truth. Else we can do so. Here are things you can do to improve your health. Okay. And if you made the people place of wisdom cried without. All your simple ones. How long will you be simple? There's scores to that. Are you crazy? Why are you sticking orange? Okay. Many grandfathers see your nuts like just having orange. Okay. So, fools despise wisdom, laws, and instruction, and they will eat if you go away. Whereas men of understanding attend to wise counsel. So whether you count to be wise counsel, and whether you count what I tell you as wise advice or not, is up to you. But my advice is to take my advice. 12 grams vitamin C per day, 1,000 milligrams vitamin D3 with K2, and 6,000 IUs. No, 6,000 IUs vitamin D3 with K2, around 1,000 milligrams of magnesium per day. And if you do that, I believe you'll see improvement, noticeable improvement within a month, I would reckon, in how you look, feel, mentally, physically. I gotta finish up. And don't take multivitamins. That's my advice. Because multivitamins have iron and calcium and copper in them. And most likely you already have too much iron and calcium. Most Western adults do. They have toxic levels of iron and calcium. So, optimization of like the main thing that I have to spend a lot of time talking about, but it's pretty simple. It's like Max recommended to take a lot of vitamin C every day, magnesium and D3. I'm recommending to start shopping with vitamin D3, K2, magnesium, and vitamin C. Okay. Now, optimization. Better yet, you don't take a multivitamin that contains iron, calcium, and copper. Okay. And I would recommend, as you already say that you have, go on a low sugar diet. That's good. Stay below 20 grams of sugar per day as an upper top limit. It's like worst case scenario in the day you get 12 grams of sugar. Stay below 10 grams of sugar. Which would be maybe it's you and your wife's anniversary of brothers, and you're going to a restaurant and you have a Danish after dinner. Okay. Or one donut for your anniversary, your birthday. And that day you got, well, it's got to be maybe more than 20 grams. But keep your sugar to that level. That's the relationship I have with sugar. It's an occasion. I get invited to Easter party, someone's cooking, and they have treats. like dessert. And it's like maybe that one day I have a third of the daily sugar amount the average person has daily in Sweden, 50 plus grams. It's like one day in 3 months I have a third of the sugar intake that the average Swede has daily. Okay. This somebody's birthday, my birthday, special occasion. If I eat at a restaurant and I'm paying for the all-you-can-eat buffet, and there's a dessert that I'm paying for, that does include I can have dessert. And I have a plate of dessert at one off time I go to a restaurant. They say I'm paying for that if I eat or not, so it makes it easy to justify having a high sugar treat there. Okay, do you understand? So, yeah, get on the protocol, take vitamin C every day, magnesium, D3, K2. Don't take a multivitamin that has iron, calcium, and copper in it, and wood. If it has iron, calcium, and copper in it, don't take it. Okay? Most of got too much calcium and iron already, and you don't want to make it worse. Okay? So, I would also, since you most likely have too much calcium, to a point where it's toxic. And also, that's worse if you don't magnesium. Okay? Magnesium helps to detox calcium out of your body. Okay? So if people are not taking this amount of calcium, but taking super serious amount of calcium, they hurt themselves more if they have too much calcium. And that's what most people do. So, in my perception. So, better yet, okay, go on a low sugar diet. And I recommend you go on a low lactose diet, like low calcium diet, less dairy, okay. It's like don't eat too much, don't drink too much milk and yogurt and cheese and stuff, dairy products. Yeah, that's another kind of optimization thing. Not over consuming dairy, stuff people do. A lot of people have too much calcium and they keep getting calcium in the body by dairy products. Okay. So a lot of people think that you get enough vitamins if you have some diet alone. One thing that you can get enough too much of is like calcium and iron and stuff. So I'm gonna finish up. Don't forget to hit the like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, enable notifications, and go to my YouTube channel about page. There you can find my Rumble account there. Subscribe to me there because some videos go only to Rumble and live streams. I'm gonna finish up.